Hello, this is Dee from dmiddleton.com. Today I wanted to talk to you about something completely different from what we normally address. Normally, if you're familiar with my channel or my website, we talk about cleaning, decluttering, organizing over at dmiddleton.com. We also talk about organizing according to your personality type and how you keep your home based on your personality. But I wanted to address a question today that I often get asked, and that is, can you make money blogging and do you make money blogging? And I was going to address that today and tell you how I make a full time income using a blog, creating content, and using Pinterest to promote it. So if you're interested in that type of content, go ahead and stick around and let's get started. So I thought it would be first easiest to tell you my story, tell you a little bit about me and my background. So in 2019, in March, I was browsing through Pinterest and I was looking at ways to make money from home, ways to make money online. I don't think remote was a term that we used yet, but if you typed in remote jobs today, that would probably bring up the same type of content on Pinterest. So that is what I was looking for. As a stay at home mom, when I started in March of 2019, my kids were still middle school and junior high. So we have twin boys and an older daughter. So they very much still needed mom. And as a stay at home mom, my priorities were always God and my husband and my kids. So I wasn't looking for a job away from them. I was looking for a way to make legitimate income from home while still parenting and being there for my husband and kids. And that was important to me. So if you've ever searched online for anything to do with making money online, you'll find tons of content out there from surveys to selling physical products to selling on Amazon, selling on eBay, flipping items. And I wasn't interested in stocking any type of inventory. I didn't want to stock products. I didn't want to sell products. I didn't want to have to ship them. I didn't have the space to store any of that. And I certainly didn't have $1,000 sitting around to just blow on products that may or may not sell. So here I am browsing on Pinterest as a stay at home mom. I think the kids were in bed. It's probably, time on my phone at night. And I found this website and it said how to make money blogging and how she uses Pinterest. So it was a pin that I had seen on Pinterest. If you're not familiar, the image you see on Pinterest is called a pin. So you click on the pin or you save the pin. And usually when you click on the pin, it will lead you to a website. So I clicked on the pin and it led me to her website. And I began to read her story, just like I'm sharing my story with you today. So her story was that she was a mom, she was a wife, and she had started a website teaching people something, teaching people content, teaching people something she was good at, something she knew. And then she began to use Pinterest to draw in readers to gain interest. So when people go to Pinterest and they typed in whatever topic she was teaching about, hopefully her pin would circulate and they would find her. And she talked about how she was a stay at home mom and earning a full time income, pinning to Pinterest the content she was creating. So I thought this is very interesting. And she was selling a $30 course. And at the time, I was curious about it. I thought it was interesting. I thought her story fit my story. The reason that it was important for us is that we wanted something that would suit our lifestyle. I was already a stay at home mom. My husband was already working full time, which meant if the kids were to get sick, usually one of the parents has to stay home if the kids are out of school. So this was working well for us with three kids and with twins. There were plenty of sick days. There were plenty of moments where they weren't able to go to school. And rather than my husband having to call out of work or me having to call out of work, he was able to still go to work full time. And I was able to stay home and tend to the kids or take them to the doctor or whatever was needed. And that was really important to us. I think that's important to a lot of people. And I think that is a huge factor of what stay at home moms generally end up doing and how we end up managing things. And oftentimes we end up looking for ways to supplement our husband's income. Because as you know, living on one income, you're having to cut costs. You're having to give up a few luxuries, right? So, as a stay at home mom or a work from home mom, that's what I am now. Um, it would be helpful to bring in extra income, right? So the burden is not completely on my husband. So, the burden of raising kids and all of that is on both of us, but you know what I mean for the financial need. And so I was curious to see if there was some way I could stay home with my children, still bring in an income, doing something that I love, that I, can tolerate. You want something you can love, but you also want, you want to see yourself in someone's story, which is why I'm sharing my story here. So if this sounds like you, I'm 47. I started my blog at age 40. I began earning a full-time income in December of that same year that I started. I started in March of 2019. By December of 2019, I was monetized by a major ad network. By then, I was earning a full-time income simply from ad revenue. So if you see yourself in my story, that's why I'm sharing it today. Why even share it in 2026? That was back in 2019. Why even veer away from the topic of cleaning, decluttering, and organizing? Because we live in an economy where I think people are looking for side hustles. They're looking for ways to get out of a toxic job. They're looking for ways to monetize their retirement. They're looking for creative outlets. And all of those things are important. So whatever you're coming to this video for and whatever brought you here today, maybe you'll see yourself in my story. And that's why I'm sharing it today, because I saw myself in the story of the girl that I bought, the lady I bought the blog course from. So her course was only $30. So I thought, as a stay-at-home mom, I have no income, but we budget spending money. So I thought $30 is reasonable. It's not a huge amount of money. It's some money, but it's a reasonable amount of money that I was willing to spend to see if it was something I would want to pursue, to see if it is something I could pursue, if I had the ability, the knowledge to do that. So I decided to buy her course. Now, her course was a beginning blogger Pinterest course. So I knew nothing about Pinterest. I only knew from Pinterest standpoint as a user. I would go to Pinterest, just like you probably do, for ideas and inspiration. That's what Pinterest is famous for, ideas and inspiration. So I want you to keep that in mind as we keep talking. So I'm seeking out this course. And the way I approach a course and the way what I would recommend that you approach a course is when you buy a course, this is how I approach it. If I were to buy a big course and it is overwhelming, and this was overwhelming because if you're unfamiliar with something, it can seem very overwhelming. You don't know the terminology. You don't know what they're talking about unless you have past experience with this, which I did not. So I read the course cover to cover. And then I go back a second time through the course and I take the action. So when I say read cover to cover, it's usually a download. So you know what I mean. I go through module 1 all the way to the final lesson, the final module. Now, the second time around, when I go back through and I want to approach the course the second time, that's when I take the action. So if the action was to decide on a niche in lesson 1, then the second time I'm going through the course, I'm going to sit down, take the time, and decide on a niche. And we will cover that in a later video, because if this is something you're interested in, I want to walk you through this. I thought it would be good for you to hear from someone like me who's had experience doing this and who's found success doing this. And it is a legitimate stay-at-home job. So maybe you don't see yourself as a stay-at-home mom. Maybe you're approaching retirement. Maybe you're disabled and you are unable to work away from the computer, but you can use a computer. This could be for you. And I just wanted to share my story to see if that's something you are interested in. Now, bloggers make money typically in 3 different ways. There are multiple ways you can make money blogging, but one of the first ways is through ad revenue. So with ad revenue, you are driving traffic to your blog. An ad company has accepted you into their blogging network, and they're putting ads on your site with your permission. When a reader views your ad, that's an impression. When they see so many impressions per day, that adds up to money. So the income that you earn from ad revenue is not from people purchasing through those ads. Most of the time, they're just impressions. They're viewing an ad in the same way that you would view a commercial if you're watching television. So your ad company pays you for the ability to put ads on your blog. And then they keep a portion of that ad money, but you get most of it. A second way bloggers make money online is by selling physical products or digital products. Now, I don't want to sell physical products. I don't have any physical products to sell. I like selling digital products, and they are usually delivered through a download. So if you've been to my website, you know I have tons of free printables, but also have a few paid printables. So digital products is the second way that bloggers make money. A third way bloggers make money is affiliate income. Affiliate income is when I am promoting as a blogger a product or a service that I do not own, but I make a commission off of every sale. So those three main ways: ad revenue, digital products, and affiliate products. All of those ways are ways that you can make money blogging. Now, can you make money blogging without ads? You certainly could, but I do think it's more complicated. And you will have to figure out how to sell enough digital products or physical products to make up for that ad revenue. And for me, and many of us have a love-hate relationship with ads, right? They interrupt your content. They can be annoying. But on my website and on many, many websites, the number one source of income is ad revenue. Behind that, second source of the highest income is digital products. So my highest, my paycheck mostly is from my ad revenue, and then secondly, my digital products. And then there's another way you can make money, and that's through sponsorships. Now, I haven't done very many of those yet. I have worked with Bissell brand. So I have worked with a few big companies, but this is the main source of income. That means when someone comes to your website, you provide them with valuable information that they're looking for. In return, you receive ad impressions from them seeing the ads on the content that you're giving them. They have to buy nothing. So this is a beautiful win-win situation. Number one, you're providing free content to the viewer. And then number two, you're being paid, but not from the viewer. You're being paid from the ad company for them to visit your website. So I know that's a bit of a lengthy explanation. I don't mean to ramble on about that, but I think most people need some type of explanation of how you make money on Pinterest, because Pinterest does not pay you. So let's get back to that. So your number one goal, if you choose to go this route, if you choose to buy the courses, and I'm going to recommend two here at the end, two that I highly recommend and that I still use today, and I still go back and refer to the content when I need help with something. But those courses will teach you how to use Pinterest as a business, because you're not going to use your personal account. You're going to create a Pinterest business account, and you're going to be linking your website, which I'm going to try to help you to decide what that should be and what kind of content you want to write, what your niche will be. And we'll get to that in a later video. But the idea is that you create a pin. It creates an image with some words that generates enough interest that someone would want to click on the pin. And then from the pin, they would click over to your website and actually read whatever it is that you're trying to teach. It's that simple. So if you are looking for a creative outlet and you're interested in learning more, I'm not asking you to buy anything. I'm just asking you to listen to me and consider my story. See if you find yourself in my story. Now, if you are ready to jump right in, I'm going to list two products from two trusted Pinterest experts that I completely love, and I read every email. And I don't read a lot of emails, but if they send an email, I read the email. Number one is Carly Campbell's Pinteresting Strategies. Always read her emails. You're going to want to use her course to learn how to set up your Pinterest business account. You're going to want to learn how to set up your boards. You're going to want to learn to set up exactly the way she teaches in this course. And that's important because that will give you the most success. Number two, Tony Hill, the creator of PinClicks. Now, Tony Hill has a Pinteresting course. His Pinteresting course I purchased probably 2 years ago. And it's a little bit on the more expensive end, but it is background white pages of Pinterest, meaning content that Pinterest does not make public. And when I bought his course, my income nearly doubled. So I'm sharing what tool he offers to. So let's just say you're not in a position to buy an expensive course, and I totally get that. And I wasn't either when I first started. So what I would do from Tony Hill is subscribe to his email list, get on the email list, read every email, soak up that content. And then number two, buy his pin clicks service. And we're going to get into that in a later video, but his pin click service I use every single day. It is a tool he has created where you can do keyword research, that is words, keywords surrounding your niche, and what kind of volume, what kind of search volume, how many people are clicking into the search bar and searching for those particular keywords. Also, you're going to, in his tool, be able to do some keyword exploring. You're going to also be able to look at the top pins that are doing well on Pinterest in your niche. You're going to get to see what your competitors are doing right. Now, that is not for you to copy their pins or to copy their content. Pinterest will knock you down if you do that, and you shouldn't do that. You should be working on creating your own content, your story to sell, and your unique angle. How you would teach others, your unique personality, that needs to come out. It will come out in your pin design, and you will get better at pin design simply by studying these top pins and by looking at pin design videos here on YouTube. And I'm going to create some for you. But the very first step I want you to take is to just browse through some of this information that I'm going to link below. Read through, and if you're not ready to buy, I completely get that. I'm very skeptical and I'm very cautious with how I spend money. So if you're not ready to buy, but you just want to learn, sign up for their email list and try to find all the free content that they have online and all the free content you can get your hands on. Listen to what other people are saying about them, because these two, Carly Campbell and Tony Hill, are, to me, the experts and the authorities in the Pinterest category. So I'm always going to recommend them. So anyway, that's what I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to create the second video. If you are interested in this, if this is something that you see yourself doing, you want to learn more about, leave me a comment below and ask whatever question you can think of. List whatever topic you would like to learn more about. Give me whatever questions you're thinking of. And stay tuned for the next video. Join me for the next video. We're going to talk about how to decide on a niche. That's very important. And we want to spend some time there, and we want to do that well. So join me in the next video. Hope to see you then. Thank you for watching.